Hi there, Aries. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love general messages as a general reading, so the rules might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? So in this reading, Aries, there's going to be a universe system format. I'm going to be pulling a card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today and what their current energy is like, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, all right? Okay, so what I can see happening right now is that the person that you're dealing with right now, you could probably be dealing with a Taurus or an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. That's as far as I can see right now. But in terms of how this energy is playing out, you got a bit of a battle going on in here between the heart and versus the mind. Because when it comes to the heart, feeling wise, they have the Six of Cups, they have the Hierophant, and they also have the Six of Pentacles in a way that if this is a toxic relationship, I don't really want to romanticize it, but I also gotta tell the truth, like it really is, okay? This person feels that there is a tremendous amount of connection between the both of you. The connection was just so deep to a point where they have a belief about what type of connection this is. There is a level of them wanting to be committed to that belief about this connection. And there's also that desire of, you know what, maybe I should be generous when it comes to Aries. Maybe I should just follow my emotions. I should just follow my feelings and I should just be generous with Aries. Okay. But there's a but in here because with this present situation. But in the past, however, from their side, they have the Page of Swords and also the King of Pentacles. From your side, you have the Empress and you also have the Seven of Cups in upright position. I feel that this person kind of like quite confuses you a little bit here. Okay, so instead of acting out and trying to sort out those confusions, trying to clear the fogs, trying to clear the clouds in order for you to gain the clarity, I think that in the past you were just busy on focusing on you, focusing on attracting rather than chasing. From them, however, I do feel that this person here is doing a lot of research on you. And what I mean by research is they could be observing you a little bit. They could be watching you a bit. They could be stalking you a bit. They're trying to gain as much as information as they could when it comes to you on your day-to-day basis. However, Aries, and this is what I need to also address here, is that there is also a belief in them that they are more stable than you. Their way is the righter way. Okay. So the reason for them gathering all of those informations in the past, trying to be detective, I would say, playing a bit of detective, I would say, even till this day, has a lot to do with them being curious. But there is also this perceptions about themselves about like, I am in the right. I am the one that offers much more stability. I am who is much more secured. I am the one who is much more practical. I am the one who is much more grounded. I am the one in this present moment with the King of Swords in here. I'm the one whose logical thoughts is more logical. The waves of my thinking is actually the one that is good, the one that is better than Aries. So again, reading this energy, I can't go to just be negative or just be positive because I see that flip-flopping of their energy, okay? Because a part of them truly acknowledges this connection. A part of them truly acknowledges the feelings, but there's a side of them, which is the ego, who thinks that they are better than you in some way. So a part of them also sees you from the lens of contempt, okay? Because in the present moment, especially with the Devil and also the King of Swords, we're going to clarify why they're like this, but With the devil right next to it, it's also the King of Swords. I feel that the ego, the need for control, the need to be right, their shadow side comes out. That's why they have to be. My ways of doing stuff is better. The way that I think, the way that I approach things, the way that I mentally analyze things is better. The way that I mentally prepare for things and the way that I think is better than Aries. Now, from your side, Aries, in the present moment, you have the Four of Pentacles and you also have the Seven of Wands. I feel that you're rebelling against it. I feel that a part of you understand what I mean by, no, you can't control me. You can't dictate me. You can't be an authoritative figure over me. So the more that they're like that, the more repulsive you become, the more that you are inclined to not actually give in as much as you could, to want to rebel, to want to defend yourself, to also want to restructure the dynamic of the relationship. Now, in the future, Five of Wands and also the Knight of Wands from their side. From your side, you have the Six of Swords and you also have the Temperance in upright position. This person is a bit more impulsive than you, okay? And I feel that in the future, there might be some disruptions that this person is going to try to do. We're going to clarify what that is. But I feel that the way in which you react on those disruptions is going to be very chill, a bit unbothered and indifferent as well, because you'd feel that, I'm not dealing with this type of vibe. I'm not going to deal with this type of energy, okay? So let's get into your reading, Aries, and let's clarify them, okay? So I want to clarify the Four of Pentacles from your side first. Clarify the Seven of Wands. What you're wanting right now is just a state of peace, where although you need to sacrifice something or you need to lose something, it's okay as long as I can get some peace. For you, having peace feels like a victory. Having peace within yourself without having to be bugged, without having to be disturbed, without having to face somebody who thinks that they're better than you, feels like a victory to you. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles clarify about the Six of Cups, the Page of Swords, and also the Queen of Wands. I feel that right now you are on your journey to really, really find yourself, find you in your element again. And by you focusing a lot more on you, focusing a lot more on building yourself up to be the Aries that you once were, the more that you start to despise the connection, the more that you start to despise, because the way that they look at your relationship or the way that they look at your past connections versus you is very different. From them, there's like a lot of sweet memories that is attached to it. They're still committed to the past histories of your connection. From your side, you're like, I don't know, like all you think about when it comes to this connection is now becoming like, no, even if there are some sweet moments, but behind that there was this, and you're focusing on, again, the bitter memories or the bad memories of the past. It almost like you're right now is going through some choices, and the choices is pretty clear whether you have to focus on you or you focus on them. And somehow there is this thoughts or there is this belief inside of you is like, if I were to be focusing on them again, it means that I'm betraying me. Interesting. Let's clarify the Devil from their side. Clarify the King of Swords. It seems like with other people they're nice, but with you they're not really nice. I don't think I'm going to be retracting what I said about them thinking that they're better than you, especially in this present moment in terms of the way that they do things, the way that they think. Their vision makes much more sense than your vision. Their principles, their values is way better than your value. And there is this research done by John Gottman, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and he researched about what are the commonalities that he finds in people who eventually separated from their partner. And there's this thing called the four apocalypse, right? Four horsemen of the apocalypse. And one of them is actually contempt. So if they keep up with this contempt thing, I don't think that this is going to be very long lasting. Ha! So, the devil clarified by the justice, clarified by the Queen of Cups, and also the Two of Cups, and also the Three of Pentacles. It almost seems to me as if like this person is a bit transactional in a way that it's more like, okay, if you want me to be emotionally nicer to you, to be much more vulnerable towards you, Aries, you're going to have to do a certain type of things before it. Because do they want to be with you? Yeah. And it's still led by emotions, but they're pretty much guarded. And I feel that this contempt thing that they have is protecting them, or they're using that to protect them from hurt or from being vulnerable, I would say. Now, the King of Swords, clap about the world, and the Six of Pentacles, and also the Fool card in upright position. One of their biggest wants and wishes right now is that you believe in their conclusion of things. So there's somehow something that both of you are in argument about or are in conflict about. They want you to follow what they think because, again, with the world, it's much more practical. It just makes more sense because they have thought about all other possibilities before coming up to that conclusion. And they want you to follow suit. They want you to be investing in their solutions or in their, conclusion, I would say. Let's clarify the future, yeah? I feel that if you're single and ready to mingle, there is a high possibility of you dealing with someone new in the future. That person might have a bit of a fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or a Taurus in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, okay? Because I feel that in the future, through all of these disruptions that this person has brought upon towards your life, I feel that there's going to be a tangible offering that you probably are going to give. Okay? But you're not going to be treating this relationship as if like if you lose this or if you lose this person, it's as if like that is the end of your life. Because I feel that it's much more in the position of, okay, just to keep this quiet, just to keep the conflict at bay, maybe I could do this, but I'm not going to act as if like my whole life depend on it because it doesn't. And you are probably going to be eyeing other opportunities on the horizon for you. And if you're dating, if you're single and ready to mingle, I feel that in the future you could be possibly dating. And you are also going to try to start evaluating that new person from a very, very value point base about whether or not it's worthy for you to be investing in that connection with the new person. Now let's clarify their energy in the future. So in the future, they're actually going to be doing something really, really nice towards you. It's more about them offering you something, but they're going to be doing it in a way as if like you have no choice, but you have to follow it. The Ten of Cups. It's more about, I know you still want this, Aries. I still want this too. It's more about them forcing you to be in this Ten of Cups that they would actually want. I see some happy moments. I do see some happy times, in the future. Is it going to be permanent? Well, it depends. This is a general reading. But it's more about them using something in order to gain your attention. And then because you still care, you probably are going to be investing in this connection again. So it's more about if you have children together, probably going to be, using the child as an excuse, like, our child needs some holiday, or our child needs this and that. And how about we make sometimes traveling with our child? Like, it could be like that. Or it could be about the key to the apartment. It could be about their clothes, whatever that may be, but they're going to be using something that still bonds you to them as a way for them to get you back again. And one of the reasons for them doing that has a lot to do with them fully believing that, what, my future with Aries is actually what I would like to achieve. Being with Aries is going to be my highest sense of fulfillment within my own self. But there's still going to be that contempt, just so you know. But yeah. Okay, let's pull some advice card for you here, Aries. Okay, this is the After Tarot deck, so it's going to be very different than the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, especially in terms of its meaning. But you have the Hermit, you have the Queen of Wands, and then you also have the Page of Wands in upright position. If you still want to look at your past and address some things of it, that is good. That is okay, It's healthy for you to start reflecting on the past, your past, the relationship in the past, your connection in the past with this person, and etc. If there are things that needs to be rebuilt, there are things that needs to be changed or restructured, then it's okay for you to put in some action plans in order for you to change that. However, what the advice here, and this is something that I really, really need to be emphasizing, look at this Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is leaving behind something that is very dear for him because he needed to, in Indonesia, we would call it merantau, which means that he needs to go to some other places in order to make a better living for himself. What you need to understand is that even if you want to work on this connection with them, reflecting on the past, talking about the past should be a base of you to ensure that the dynamic, the pattern is not going to be the same as it was in the past. No matter how frightening that might sound, no matter how, if I change this thing, then maybe I wouldn't be able to get this. It's okay. Because I feel that the dynamic that you've had with them in the past was not really, really healthy. So again, as I said, these two cards are facing the past. So whatever reflection and action plans that you are going to be taking by reflecting it back on your past, just remember that there are some things that needs to be left behind. That things that can be left behind could be the pattern of the relationship, their contempt, some of your bad habits, some of their bad habits, but some changes here needs to happen, okay? So I feel that that's it for my reading for you here, Aries. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.